Leadership what?
Leadership. Well, to be a leader, you have either to be inheriting leadership, or you got to be selected or elected or nominated. So selection, election, nomination, and inheritance of leadership. Or it could also be rejection. Yeah, you got to reject a lot of things to be leader. So there is something called dual leadership, because somebody wants to take your place. Leadership is not constant. Leadership is very temporary. There is going to be people who want to expel you, who want to remove you. There is going to be opposition. See what's going on with the Maharashtra politics. Eknath Shinde versus Uddhav Thackeray. Now they have gone to court. The court has to decide the leadership. Why so? Can they resolve their conflict by themselves? They just cannot. So it went to court. Now why does court have to intervene? Well, that's what leadership is all about. There is going to be rebelliousness, there is going to be revolution. One has to get accustomed to these things. There's going to be challenges, obstacles. Well, that's called leadership. Now look, come down south to Tamil Nadu. You see Ottakara Thevar Panneerselvam versus Edapi Palaniswamy. Edapi Palaniswamy, EPS versus OPS. Yeah, both are fans of Jayalalitha. Yeah, now EPS versus OPS and AIDMK further went to court. Now court in both cases, in Maharashtra, court has given relief to Eknath Shinde faction, and down south it has given relief to Edapadi Palaniswamy. Therefore OPS is rejected and Uddhav Thackeray is rejected. Now they are now the new leaders. So the leadership will have challenges, and court sometime will decide if you are inherited leadership or if you have a legacy, or it is selected by people, elected by people, or nominated, then it's going to be this way. There's always going to be people who want to eject you, and you're going to have to reject people. Well, this is all in the ambit of understanding leadership. Now, it depends how much infrastructure do you have, how much resources do you have access to wealth, are people on your side? Are you appealing to people? Do you have the charisma? Do you have the aura of a leader? So you need to rise above and above and above. That's leadership. Are you inclusive? Are you pluralistic? Are you or are you exclusive? Are you able to take people along? Are you able to communicate, persuade, have following of the masses, has got the strength, stamina within you of the mind? So beyond a point, when you're organized, whether it is AIADMK, that is the Jayalalitha party, or if it is the Thackerays, the Balasaheb Thackeray party of Shiv Sena, once you're organized, then you're limited. Because the maneuvering, the manipulation, everything is limited to one single organized party. Now that has a boundary, that has a circle around it. Now how to be the leader within that? That is why one has to learn to do pranayama, breathing techniques, and meditation. One needs to learn to cut off and shut off from the vagaries, the rigorousness of leadership. Because one needs to excel and evolve to leadership within you of the mind. Because that's from there you get solace, relief, and rescue from this daily churning of the leadership, the daily toil, struggle, the stress of leadership. You need to disseminate the stresses. You need to evolve. So therefore you need to do a lot of meditations and breathing techniques and yoga to break out of the confines of the organizational structure and learn to go within you and evolve and do meditation, because that has no end. It is not limited, it is not finite. There you get access to further kind of leadership of calmness, of composure, so that you can come and do your duty of leadership elsewhere, in other places. And then what would they do? Now, for example, in the case of Eknath Shinde, in the case of Uddhav Thackeray, they put a picture of Balasaheb Thackeray and they start worshipping it. They put, not worship, they respect it. They put a garland, they put flowers, and now there is a last generation leader who started the Shiv Sena, the Balasaheb Thackeray. Now he is not there anymore. That is why the the conflict between the Eknath Shinde and between Uddhav Thackeray. And look at Fadnavis, Devendra Fadnavis from Bharatiya Janata Party. He has infiltrated into Shiv Sena Party and he has taken leadership but subordinated. He allowed himself to subordinate to Eknath Shinde. Now, he was a tall leader. He was a chief minister at one time in Maharashtra, but he allowed himself to be subordinate to assist the leadership of Eknath Shinde. So now he has become assistant to another leader, though Fadnavis, the Devendra Fadnavis was originally a chief minister, a leader, but then to sustain the leadership of Eknath Shinde, to be functional, to be operational, to be successful, because the end destination is something else. It's not about whether Devendra Fadnavis is superior or whether Eknath Shinde is superior. Their destination is something else. Their aim is something else. So they have to function with flexibility and accordingly. Now coming back down south to Ottakara Tevar Panneerselvam, that is OPS versus Edappadi Palaniswamy, that is EPS, in Jayalalitha's party. Now they put a picture of MGR, G. Ramachandran, and also the picture of Jayalalitha with flowers and garlands. So the point is now they are all now elevating Jayalalitha and MGR because they are both dead and they are both gone. Now this is another generation that's in conflict. So now the pictures are adorning the party office and it is being seen to be almost prayed to or respected. And then same thing with Balasaheb Thackeray. So without the pictures, the conflict, the dispute between these so-called leaders, who everybody who wants a share of the leadership, is not going to end without exalting somebody else. So therefore, when you meditate, when you do your breathing technique, then you are understanding this need to exalt out and away from this conflict. Because it is confined to an organizational structure, the apparatus, the infrastructure, the wealth, the designation, the assignment, the role. So then, without being expelled, without severe damage and injury to your mind, how do you become that exalted person? That can happen only in your mind, where you meditate, where you do yoga, and where you subscribe to some breathing techniques, multiple kind of Indian ways of breathing techniques. That is the authentic leadership. Attend to the nature of your mind, how it becomes overthinking, because now you are in any which way dispute and conflict among your friends to come to leadership. A guru is an ultimate leader for everybody. Enjoy, evolve, uplift, upgrade into leadership and update your understanding of leadership.